Sea of Thieves is a 2018 pirate game from Rare. You may remember Rare from the 90s, games like Battletoads and, oh, just this little game, GoldenEye 007. Little title on this console, the N64, that gave birth to the idea that console-exclusive shooters could be viable. Well, they got acquired by Microsoft sometime back and really kind of floundered in obscurity. They made Cameo, didn't they make Viva Pinata also? And then they just kind of got placed on Connect duty. Well, this is an open world, massively multiplayer online pirate fun sim. It's more adventure than sim, but you know, you learn your ropes about sailing the seas. You gotta work the sails correctly. It's also cross-platform. You're gonna run across people who are typing in on their fancy keyboard while you and your Xbox pals are using a headset. I'm totally new at the game, so I was a mate on a ship, a galleon. This is one of the largest ships in the game. So we had a crew of 4, and we could impose our will against pretty much whoever we wanted on our server. And that's what you do in this game. You go, you pick up some map or a poem or something that's going to lead you some treasure. Maybe you earn some treasure fighting some skeletons. Not entirely a ripoff of Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Oh, you can also steal loot from other players because PvP is active at all times. You're always in danger, though we didn't really come across a ton of ships. We did torment a little sloop, as they call it. This little 2-man boat, set it on fire, watch it go down. Yeah, we're pirates, that's what we do. So you have some fun acquiring the loot, but then the challenge is selling it to the merchants before someone can take it from you. And this being a massively multiplayer game, a lot of the fun is going to rely on the base. And I was told from my crew that I got very lucky because this is supposed to be a highly toxic environment, and even the devs have commented on that. So that I had people willing to work with me was kind of a relief, and maybe I had a great experience because I wasn't on the receiving end of another crew's blunderbuss. But the combat in this game is fairly simplistic. You don't have a lot of in-depth mechanics here. You slash with the sword. Oh, you can charge up and stab. You have some guns. I think there is a pay-to-win model about this. You can buy stuff for your boat, your crew. I don't think it's going to help you a whole lot. It's not like you can get a homing missile and sink people that way. But don't look to Sea of Thieves to fulfill your dueling needs. This game is more casual than competitive. The sea's really quite beautiful. This is highly stylized. It's not realistic looking. It might have a bit of a Monkey Island aesthetic about it. There are some times where you have some issues, occasional lagging. Maybe you're walking erratically on the boat as though you're drunk, but not necessarily been drinking. Many islands to go to. Seems like a really big world and a lot to do. There's also some dangerous creatures about. Megalodon attacks. I don't know how, but it killed me. I swear I shot this thing in the mouth with a cannon. Did the blast of the cannon blow me up? Like, what happened here? Well, that was my first death, and that brought me to some underworld ferry that I then had to just walk through a door and then you respawn. It just makes you respawn a minute later with your crew. That's about it. Also had a Kraken attack. This thing absolutely giant. We shot at the tentacles. I guess if you do this, they'll drop some loot. I don't know if I'm brave enough to go in there, but one of the tentacles did grab me, and I had to fight my way out. So have I done everything there is to do in this game? More or less. In about a 5-hour gaming sesh, I think I've conquered enough of it, or at least been exposed to enough of Sea of Thieves to offer some kind of numerical evaluation. And I give Sea of Thieves an 8.7 out of 10. So we're at the part of the video where I have to beg you to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell, because subscribe doesn't really account to anything other than YouTube might someday send me a plaque.